Today we're talking about T-ball, base running in particular. Now, base running and T-ball can be an incredible adventure. You'll have players hitting the ball off the tee, running to third base first, running to second base first. Let me give you a couple of tips before you see this basic drill. The first thing I would do is when you get your team together at the beginning of practice, I would always go to a different base. So let's say you set up for practice, you want to talk to the team. You say to the team, let's all meet at second base, and you jog over and they'll follow you. The next practice, you'll say, okay, let's all go meet at third base. And that's when you talk to them and keep your talks limited, okay? You don't want to talk too much. Now, base running, previously I mentioned a good idea is I would drop down bases and I'd spray paint a red and a blue base, a drop down base. I'd put the red base at first, the blue base at third. So you have it's the colors of first, second, and third are red, white, and blue. Some kids will know the colors of the American flag, and this will help. Of course, during the game, you want to have coaches at the bases to direct the players. Now, when they're on base, it's going to be very hard to teach young T-ball players what a force play is when they're forced to the next base. I like to use the term you're being pushed to the next base. Okay. All right. Now let's go right to the videotape just to see this drill to encourage players to run through first base after they hit the ball instead of just stopping at first base like there's a wall there.
Running through first base. Players at all levels of youth baseball, not just T-ball, tend to run to first base and stop there on the base as if they'd run into a wall. Players should be taught at the earliest level to run through first base. Setting up a cone 10 to 15 feet beyond the base and having players practice running through the base to the cone will help teach players the correct way to run to first base. You can first try this by setting up a line and just having the players go one at a time and run down the line, touching the base and running to the cone. A good habit to get the players into is to turn to foul territory after they reach the cone.